What's up guys, Spin Firearms here, and today this video is groundbreaking. This video is going to go viral. This is the first video where Spin Firearms pick something up other than a Glock. Every firearm I own is a Glock. Every firearm I own is small. That's just how it is, right? You guys know me. All I carry is Glocks. I definitely don't have a shield in my pocket right now. It just is what it is. But anyways, we are going to be looking at something that's aluminum framed, double action, single action, has capacity, and a pretty dang decent size, right? I actually don't own anything similar to this handgun at all, but you guys wanted me to start branching out. You guys are into other things, so I said, okay, why not? I'll give it a try. And honestly, it's already growing on me. I literally just got home from the firearm store, and it's already growing on me, and I'm already looking for holsters for this handgun. Or we might even make one here, so I could start carrying this thing after I get it out to the range. Now, this video right here is just the first impressions, taking a look, see what you get in the box, stuff like that, and then we will do the full range review, you know, during this weekend or whatever the case may be. Probably put 250, 300 rounds through it just to see if it's carry ready and good to go. And then we'll also run some Underwood Extreme Defenders, which is the only round I carry for self-defense in 380 through it and see how it handles it, right? Let's check it out, guys. It is the Girsan MC14G84 in 380 ACP. Now, don't click away. This is a beautiful handgun, but the number one thing you notice isn't its looks, isn't anything else about it. It is how it feels. It feels so right in the hand. I mean, it's a match made in heaven with my hand size. I don't know what it is. I wear size large gloves, but I have shorter fingers, and they're sort of fatter or swollen, whatever the case may be. It depends on the day, but oh my goodness. I can just imagine the 380. I can just imagine 380 in this having no recoil. If the Glock 28 handles 380 like it's a 22 long rifle, I don't even know what this is going to be like. You're going to be able to get that 13 plus 1 capacity, because that's what it takes. 13 rounds plus 1 in the head is 14. You're going to get those 14 rounds off in probably about 1.5 to 2 seconds. I kid you not. And they're going to be accurate, on point, and easy to get back on the sights, right? But before we get started, hit the like button, drop a comment down below, and subscribe. Let's check out what's in the box. So obviously you get some paperwork, owner's manual. Then you get a bore brush or a bore cleaner, which is nice. I don't mind stuff like this. This comes in helpful, you know, comes in handy every now and then, right? And that's it. The one thing I wish they would have done is throw an extra mag in there, but I'm pretty sure there are plenty of mags out there, considering it takes, I believe, 84 pattern style mags, and you know, the 84 Cheetah in 380 is, you know, pretty common, I guess, magazine wise at your local store if you have a big firearm store near you, right? Now let's take a look at the firearm itself. This thing's a work of art. It looks beautiful. It looks great. It feels great. Let's check out all the features, right? 3-dot white sights. Now, changing out the sights on this, I'm not sure how easy that would be. Let's see, are they part of the slide? No, you could change those out if I wanted. I would just have to see what kind of sight pattern it takes. But 3-dot white sights, just simple sights, nothing special, but they're going to be really easy to shoot with, right? Now, this one is not the tip-up barrel. This is just a regular reciprocating slide magazine. Now, obviously, firearms cleared and safety checked. 13 rounds. Look how thin that thing is. This way. Pretty dang thin. Comes with a nice little base plate. And what I like about that is, you know, I have something very similar on my Glock 26, which is also safety checked and cleared. This is my carry 26. This is my #1 carried handgun. I love this thing so much. But it has a similar style of base plate in a way to where it just locks your fingers in, right? It locks them in. Right here, same thing. I can get 3 fingers in there. Now they're smushed together. You can see the pressure, but they're in there. And this firearm is literally going nowhere. Now, why 380? Well, me, I do new construction plumbing. I played hockey, lacrosse. I rode bikes my whole life, played basketball. That's just what I did. Shoot a lot. Your wrists, you know, go to heck at that point. And so I had double wrist surgery, and I carried 380 Smith & Wesson Easy simply so it was easy on my hands that I could still train that year after my double wrist surgery, right? Well, anyways, firearm safety checked and cleared. Let's do a size comparison real quick. Glock 26. This setup is 10 plus 1, even with that base plate. So 13 plus 1 on the left, 10 plus 1 on the right, obviously of 380. So generally pretty comparable, considering this has an extra 3 rounds of the same width of a 9mm because it's a 380. It's just shorter this way. But look at that. Pretty reasonable. Be about the same length as, you know, maybe the +2 from Glock from the factory, right? So pretty reasonable size-wise, right? Another thing that's nice is you are going to get that full 3-finger contact, or for some people 2.5, and that's going to really help with that draw in that holster. Now it is pretty wide, but about the same width of a Glock 26, and I carry that all day long, right? Weight-wise, it's just a little bit heavier than the 26. Not by much. It's never going to be noticeable. I'm also right-hand dominant, so my right hand's a little bit stronger. I don't have numbers right now, but just a little bit heavier, but literally not by much. It's not that noticeable. Now, length compared to a Glock 26, here's going to be from the beaver tail, and then here's going to go from the top of the slide, if that helps you guys at all. A little thinner on the slide and stuff like that for the Girsan MC14, right? Now, the moment you guys have been waiting for, that trigger. Video over. See you guys. Oh my goodness. Alright, here's double action. I mean, even that is the smoothest. It's so smooth, and you know it's coming. It's so smooth, and you know it's coming. Very predictable, right? Pretty dang decent. Now, I let it out a little too far. Woo! That reset is actually pretty decent. Let's check that out again. I really like this trigger. Now, it's not the lightest trigger in the world, guys, but it's a self-defense trigger. It's probably 4.5 pounds, 5 pounds maybe. Honestly, no, it's not. It's probably like 3.5. Woo! Sorry, guys, I'm not used to triggers like this. You know me with my crappy Glock triggers, my crappy XD Mod 2, the grip zone triggers, right? This is something else. And I know it's in 380, but sometimes you just got to carry what you like, carry what you're comfortable with, and I'm telling you, you will have no problems getting shots on target and fast. And the more shots you get placed within 1 second of each other, the more effective every round is. I forgot the name for it. It's a certain kind of shock that is caused to the system for every round that enters the body within a second. And with a 380, you will be just fine with a solid projectile. Now let's check out the finish. It looks great. In my opinion, the finish looks really, really nice. I'm actually really genuinely surprised. Now, obviously, it has ambi safety. Would I be using the safety? Of course I would with that first single action trigger pull. Oh my goodness. But like I said, let's get back to the grips. The grips, I mean, not only does it look sick, but it just feels so good. It points so natural. I mean, I've never owned a Beretta or anything like that, other than the APX. No, sorry, it wasn't the APX. The Carry, I forgot the name of it. It's the cheap Carry pistol that they released like 4 or 5 years ago from Beretta. Everything functions on this handgun like crazy. Everything locks back. I mean, it is just a good overall well-made pistol, and you're going to save a little bit of money by getting something like this versus a Beretta and so on. Now, I like this thing. I don't know what else to say. Here's it compared to an XD Mod 2. If you guys have any of those, I will be doing the size comparison video soon. Check that out. I mean, it is. Look at this. That's 9 plus 1, but a 45 on the right. 13 plus 1 of 380 on the left. Now, what would I use this for? Like I said, concealed carry. I would carry this all day long. Having a firearm on you is 78% of the battle. The other 22% of the time, you actually need to let rounds off. But that 78% is you just saying, hey, I have a firearm on me, or you brandish it. You don't even have to let a round go. But this thing right here is just, to me, it's the way it feels. That's a huge thing for me. Like I said, I have bad hands. I work with my hands all day long, which definitely doesn't help. But honestly, the feel, it just feels so good, especially when you're used to Glocks and Springfields like me. It's just one of those pistols where it's really well made, natural, and looks good. Now, in terms of reliability, I cannot speak on that yet because I have not done anything with it in terms of shooting. But everything feels solid. Everything functions. I've gotten a lot of firearms, whether they're budget or not, that right out of the box have major issues. Like a lot of my Rugers, I know they weren't designed to use the slide stop. or the slide stop is a slide release, but I think every firearm should just automatically be like that, right? But a lot of my Rugers weren't like that. Then I had a Taurus with trigger problems right out of the box. I mean, I could go on and on with a list of issues, but this thing feels about as solid as can be, and I can already tell it's going to be a smooth shooter. I'll do the first shots video this weekend for you guys, so you can get a good idea what it looks like. Rear serrations, no forward serrations, no optic, no red dot. I'm sure you could get it cut, but for me, I'm not going to carry this with an optic. I love the way this thing looks. I can tell I'm going to love the way it shoots. How can you argue with that? Awesome, awesome handgun. That's why branching out in life is important. You find stuff that you may not have ever even considered, right? You know, a lot of people come to my channel and they hate Glocks. And then they say, you know what, Spin's been talking about this Glock for so long. Maybe I just need to check it out. They go and rent one. Next thing you know, they're carrying a 26 or even just carrying a 19. Like my buddy Dan's a big SIG guy, like CZ. He likes all brands, but never really shot a Glock before. I let him shoot the Glock. He loves the Glock. He's like, it's a great gun. He still loves his SIGs, but also he realized that Glock is a great firearm and it's just a reliable, well-shooting handgun. So there's a lot of stuff you don't realize that you might like without picking it up or at least renting it at your local range. And this is exactly one of those items. And trust me, guys, I got a lot more surprises for you guys with what else is to come. We have a lot of crazy stuff coming for review. We have a G-Force bullpup shotgun, which is a beast. My buddy Dan has one. That's what inspired me to go out and get one. So that should be coming in soon. And I can't tell you about the other big purchase that I'm making. Now, maybe I can give you a little hints in a couple videos from now, but trust me, guys, you're going to be very shocked and surprised, and I think pretty happy with my choice. But that is the Girsan MC14G84 in 380. Absolutely love it. This thing is sick. I don't care what anyone says, this thing is sick. You can say I suck for carrying 380. You could say it's old, it ain't a SIG P365. I don't care. This thing is sick, and I'm going to give it a fair shot. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching.